are back for another dope episode of your favorite late night podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. I'm your boy Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
How about some bombs? It's been a minute since we have been back, so let's light it up for y'all. Shout out to the day ones. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. Boogie! Ski, 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 ski.
Oh God!
Ski,
Oh
ski.
God!
We are back.
What? These people are cutting up with this sexy red. Okay.
Oh man, that song has been in my head and I've been trying to get it out. I have been fighting like Trey on Boys in the Hood, just air fighting because I'm like, why is this song stuck in my head? And honestly, Boogie, I've just been like, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna vibe out to all of the booty hole rap, the booty hole bars. I'm just vibing out because it's kind of catchy. It's a toe tapper.
It is catchy. It reminds me of that one song, Let's Go. Remember? Everybody was playing that
FNF.
song. Right. Everybody was playing that song too.
I mean, you know what? Like I said, it's summertime. Summer it's almost to an end. So
Yeah,
let's just ski it up for a little bit longer. I'm actually interested to see what's gonna be the next song that she puts out. I'm intrigued.
shout out to her because I heard that she uh either sold out the House of Blues in Chicago and they had to change the venue because there were so many people wanting to get in and have their little ghetto time. As they said it, I didn't call it ghetto. Listen, you could be ratchet and not be ghetto.
Bougetto. Let's
Right,
call it
bougie,
Bougetto.
definitely bougetto. But again, this is I heard this, I read this off of a gossip blog page. So the credibility. Don't beat me up on
We'll
that.
air quote it.
Right, definitely so. But
Credibility.
right, yeah. I think she was moving to. I heard she might be moving to United Center. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. But the whole
Hey,
point
that's what's
is,
up.
she got a nice little. She got a nice little crowd. She got a
She does.
following.
I will say that she puts on a show.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the videos. Have you seen the video of her doing the sound check in the moo? She lives this life. She
No,
had
I
the
haven't.
bonnet and the moo. I know Monique was like, "Nah, my sweet baby, this is not how we do sound checks," but it
Oh
works.
God.
It fits her brand. She doesn't wear shoes when because she be getting to it. She be getting to it.
As she should.
I would think though that you would need some sneakers or some shoes for some grip to allow you to do the twerk and all that. But she's proven me wrong. You don't need grip. You don't need shoes to twerk. Just do your thing.
Again, if Fantasia can toss up, Fantasia and Patti LaBelle be tossing their shoes off during performances, then why can't Sexy Red? Okay.
You know what? Do yourself a favor. For those of you who are listening and watching, do yourselves a favor. Go back and look like it's like 5 years ago. It's like one of Sexy Red's first videos.
Oh
Just
God.
go back. Do. That's all I'm gonna say.
Not
Go back and watch it.
this man just made percussion noises. Oh my God, with your voice.
I love it when our rappers will take songs or things. You're just like, huh, I didn't think you could niggas that.
Who knew? Who knew you could make it like that?
And it's like, damn, y'all niggas truly are creative.
Yeah.
And I
So
love it.
creative.
But Boogie, how you been?
I've been good. I've been chilling. We were talking before we actually started recording. Man, why does things cost so much? Like, why does life cost so much? Like, I know I'm not the only one that's really feeling this inflation. Because inflation is inflating right now. I feel like
all the way up.
I feel like every time I wake up and I breathe, I'm already in the hole. I'm already I'm
Oh, damn.
already, I'm already in the hole, and it's crazy because I'm just I'm usually a very conscious of
Pretty
what I
frugal.
spend. I'm definitely I would call myself more on the frugal,
Frugal-ish.
yeah, frugal side, and I want to be, mindful of like not, spending stuff on frivolous things and just be more intentional on what I
Right, right,
spend
right.
things on. But it seems like even when I do that, I'm assed out.
Still spending money.
Right, assed out. I okay, just give you a quick example. The other day I went to Trader Joe's. I was like, all right, TJ's. I'm with TJ's. It's Joe Trader Joe's be hitting it with the nice prices,
They do be
you
coming
know,
through in the clutch.
yeah, reasonable prices. But then because my partner loves to consume meat, that
Carnivorous.
just right, that just skyrockets everything. So granted, I only spend $96, but I was like, all right, that's cool. And then you got to go to another restaurant, no, another
Yeah,
grocery
another
store
store.
to get your other stuff. And I spent another $100, and I was like, at this point, two $200 for two people for a couple weeks, not even a month. Remember
Yeah,
when
this is true.
$200 used to be like, this is what I'm spending for the month. $200 on
Literally.
groceries.
The
On
month,
groceries.
maybe every 2 weeks to get your paycheck to paycheck or
Yeah,
whatever, depending on what your family size is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This ain't no family. It's two people.
And you know what's crazy about that? Because I know you be messing with the greens a lot. So you buy a lot
Yes,
of produce.
yes.
Produce doesn't even last as long as it used to. I'm like,
Well,
what happened to the
it's
preservatives?
lasting.
What
It's
happened to
lasting now.
what happened to all the stuff that y'all was supposed to be putting in the stuff to make it last long? I feel like I'm spending $18 for 4 apples, and these things go bad as soon as they go in the refrigerator. As soon as I
Yeah.
leave the store, they got brown spots on them. I was like, you ain't have brown spots when you want to put you in this bag. So what are y'all doing?
We got, you know, we've heard this before, but we got to start growing our own food. We know this.
I'm for that movement. My parents have a little garden, and
Right.
I picked some collard greens. I was like, "Yo, pops, I'm coming through. Let me
Right.
get these greens for Sunday." I am for the movement of people homesteading. Get you a couple
Yeah,
of
of course.
chickens. I'm for it. It's hard work. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I watch the videos,
Yeah.
so I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go all in,
Yeah.
but I
I
wouldn't
don't want
mind
to be a
having.
real farmer. I want to be an urban. I want to be one of them urban Johns, as they say out here.
I got a couple. I got a couple little acres. I got my little tomatoes and
Right.
zucchini plants.
Right. No, but you, as much as everyone, I feel like everyone's now trying to go into more holistic, be
Yeah.
farmers, but you can't grow your own experiences. Like this shit is
Look,
crazy. Just to do regular stuff, it's costing you a good penny just to have a good time.
I kind of don't need some of these experiences anymore. I'm kind of grass walled out. You know,
Not grass wall.
if I see a grass wall when I'm doing, because I'm
You
at
about
that
to go to
age
brunch and
now,
you see that grass wall, you like,
I'm running the
I
other way.
already know.
I'm running the other way. I know what type of vibe this is gonna be. You're gonna upcharge me for the ice. You're gonna charge me to use my card. You're gonna charge me to ask you for the second page of the menu. I know
Oh,
what I'm getting here. It's just gonna be an upcharge. I'm at the age now when people are like, "Hey, let's go brunch." I'm like, "Okay, what's the restaurant?" I'm checking the restaurant
I always
before
do
we
that.
even get there because I'm like, "It's not on the menu that I want." If I
Yeah,
see a grass wall in the photos,
yeah,
I'm like, "Nah, brother. What's the next move? What's the next
yeah.
vibe? What's the next vibe?" You know?
I I will say, I'm trying to think. This month I think I went to one grass wall, and I was like,
You know,
not my cup of tea.
I've I was actually shocked because we listeners, you guys know we were in Atlanta
Yeah.
a while ago. I missed all the grass walls. I did not see, and thankfully, I was like, hallelujah. I was shocked. I thought I was going to see more grass walls, and I
Mm,
did, but I didn't. But Boogie, I'm kind of experienced out because some of these experiences are just they're overpriced just because the
Yeah,
experience, and it's one of those things. Okay, I can see if I'm in like you're in Miami.
yeah.
Okay, I get it. There's certain cities where I don't mind the experience, but some of these places, like, come on, man, like stop doing this to people. Stop the upcharging. Cut it
Uh,
out.
it it always amazes me, like inflation, because this is getting skyrocketed, then this needs to be skyrocketed. Okay, how about everybody just go back to just regular prices? Why
Literally.
why can't one person be like, you know what? I would be the bigger man, and I'm gonna lower my prices and
Or
keep it the same. But nah, niggas is like, oh, you gonna raise yours because you raising yours. I gotta upcharge my customers the
oh, they
same.
went up 5. I'm gonna go up 15.
Right.
It's an arms race for who can have the highest prices, the best grass walls,
Hmm.
and the worst food. I don't mind if
Not
you
really.
go up if the food, if everything matches your
Yeah.
pricing.
Agreed.
They're just going up, and I'm like, but you're going up, but the steaks is getting smaller. You're
Yeah.
going up, and you're using farm raised. You're not even giving me fresh shrimp. Like, come on, bro. You can't go up if you giving me farm raised. Like, what are you doing?
You got shrimp that walk to the plate. you, you got genetically modified shrimp.
You bought this in an alley out of someone's trunk, and you want to go up $25? Like, get
You
out of
bought
here.
this from Costco and now you upcharging it 15, 25.
Oh, you definitely know when his business is going in Costco. You see him. You
I saw this one guy when I was in TJ's. This man, I promise you, he went to the produce no, he went to the meat section and cleared all the salmon and fish.
Oh
And I
yeah,
was like, "I what's going on here?
TikTok chef.
What's happening here?" And he's on his phone like, "What else do I need?" I'm like, "You got it all, my mans."
Gotta create this content. You know
Yeah,
how you niggas love salmon and everything.
boy, salmon me to death, boy.
There's no salmon left. Even the salmon in the ocean or in the lakes, wherever they at, it's like, bro, where's the rest of us? I swear to God, I was like, if I see another creative, like, yeah, I got this braided salmon, like, y'all, there's not like, stop it. Y'all are just making up stuff now. You're
Yeah,
just making up stuff to
stuffed
do with
salmon
these
with
fish.
right. The fish are done with us, okay? All versions of fish, all forms of fish, even the
Man.
genetically modified fish, the halibut, uh, the tilapia, okay?
They're not dying for you to braid them. Like, if y'all don't put it on a plank and smoke it with some butter and some herbs, just
This
cut it
man.
out.
Yeah, so yeah, other than that, I'm good. I'm living. I'm making it work, you know.
Man, staying cool out here with all these hot ass temperatures,
Yeah, y'all
man.
be careful out there, man.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, for real. I talked to a friend of mine's and she went to a job fair and was like, "I got to go to this job fair, but afterwards I want to go to a game and I don't know if I can make it back to the house because it's so damn hot. So I think I'm gonna just
Man.
stay here for 3 hours just so I can
It's at the
avoid
job
this
fair.
heat. So I can avoid this heat."
It was so damn hot outside. I was like, yo, what? It was hot when we were in Atlanta. I was like, I don't know how people do this.
Yeah.
Um in the South, and it was weird because we was out. It was kind of breezy. It to us Midwesterners, I was like, this is a nice evening,
Mhm.
nice little
Mhm.
cool breeze. It was dudes wearing sweaters out there. I was like, bro, it's still like 80 degrees outside
Yeah.
with a breeze. Why are you wearing a sweater? Like, what are y'all doing? I was hot looking at these dudes, and I had my little short sleeve shirt on. I was like, you in a Gucci sweater, bro?
I was
Like,
sleeveless, and I was I was sleeveless. Like this is the type of weather that I'm talking about.
I was like, "What are y'all doing? This is like tropical vibes, and y'all got sweaters on." It was just madness. And then I look at my phone when I'm back here in Michigan. They're like, "Heat advisory: don't go outside." And of course, me, I'll be smoking, and I'm like, "It ain't really that hot outside." stepped outside, and as soon as I hit the light, I was like, "Why am I sweating?" I was like, "I just stepped outside. It was hot. It was just like, yeah, I knew it was hot because there's a lot of people that walk their pets and they take their kids on the strollers. They weren't walking their children and
Dog's
their
like, "Hey,
dogs.
Murph, I I'll piss right
I'll
here in
pee on
this
the floor."
corner. Hey, don't you got a carpet patch for me?
They were like, they were walking their dogs at like 9:30 at night. I was like, shouldn't the baby be asleep? They was walking their kids at like 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh,
Dogs holding AP for the longest. Like, I'll wait. I'll wait.
it was like nobody was outside. Normally you see people out grilling. I did break out the grill, but I was grilling at like 8:45 in the
Mhm.
evening. I
Yeah,
was like, this is perfect temp. But it was just madness. I'm like, what is
yeah.
going
You
on?
gotta put you gotta put those little booties on them dogs so they can
Oh
walk.
yeah, so they
I
feet
saw
don't melt.
Yeah, because I saw not not this year, but I could have sworn last year. I definitely saw a dog that was like, "Hey yo," he was he was
Hitting
putting
that
his
two step.
paws he was putting his paws up too fast. He was like, "Hey yo, is it me or
Is the
this
ground hotter than
folk?"
normal?
Right. That dog was he was cha-chaing his ass to the crib.
A homie was like, "Yo, we got to, we got to do something."
Yeah,
I was always one of them people who was like, "I don't believe in putting clothes on dogs," but now I'm like, "Yo, my boy, I can't let you go out here and suffer like this. I gotta
that
help
dog
you
was
out.
like, "I will put them paws on you if
It's
you
like,
don't cover my paws
I
up."
will bite you."
Right. Yeah.
And then we was dealing with these punk ass storms out here, man. It
Oh
has
yeah.
been like the worst rains and tornadoes to some of the areas over here. People out of
Absolutely.
power.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yo, healing energy to all those folks who
Absolutely.
are without power and all those things because it's just like too hot to be out here without all that. And definitely condolences to folks who lost their lives in tornadoes because it's sad when you watch it.
Yeah.
I really watch the news, but then when you start to see some of those things on there, um, it's just like, it's damn, like F them tornadoes, you
I
know?
mean, the world is coming to an end. That's what it feel like to me.
Yeah, it feels like all those movies that they tell us about, and you're just like, who do I know that has an underground bunker? Can I chip in on stock? I got Sam's Club membership,
Yeah.
so if you
They
need,
looking real smart right now.
because man, it's like maybe I should get a couple extra cases of water because some of the stuff is not necessarily normal.
Yeah.
But let's shift some gears. Speaking of
You know what
gears,
really grinds my gears?
Boogie, I got a grinding of the gears, man. It's been a couple of weeks. I've been fairly happy.
Okay.
Fairly happy. Two grinding of the gears, actually. This one is one of those ones.
Complainer. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's a twofer. Um, one is with Delta Airlines. Okay. We were traveling and people always say, Delta, the premier airlines. I got this many sky miles. This is what Delta gives me. And I was just like, yeah. And maybe it's because I don't have that many miles. I'm just like, I don't get it. I feel like I paid a whole lot of money for a Delta flight and didn't get a whole lot of Delta things. One, they overbooked the flight. And I know this happens a lot of airlines, so I know this is probably not just a Delta thing, but the thing that really irritated me was the people who they was letting standby people on or go first. And I was like, what are you doing? And then it was other people who was like, why is standby getting to go before people who I checked in, bro? I can see my seat. Why do they get to go on before me? And the response from the worker was, this is a Delta thing. Delta is known to do this. And I was like, bro, the many, many years I've worked in customer service, you don't ever tell anybody anything like that. And the other people, the
What a
Karens,
tagline. It's a Delta thing. What?
right, literally. And the Karens behind me were, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kind of sit this one out because the Karens I was like, I'm gonna let y'all do y'all's thing.
You saw they were fuming. You were like,
Man,
I clearly I ain't I ain't really ready for it, but they are. Let me step aside.
I've seen videos of Karens, but I don't think I've ever been
Experience
in
it.
such close
Yeah.
proximity to them fuming. And I was like, oh, this is a real thing. You could see the caucasity, like you could just see it boiling.
Yeah.
The pastiness was
Their
leaving them and they
beige rage is that.
turning red.
Yeah.
It was just going from paste to red. And they were giving out $600 credits because of one, they were like, okay, who wants to give up their their seat or whatever, get you on a later flight. It was another, and I was like, no, not doing that. And I was like, okay, how much?
Exactly.
$600. And I was like, $600 is not enough for me to give up. Even the Karens was like, hell no. 1,500. And I was like, yes, yes. What the Karen said. Let me, if you're gonna do this for 1,500, I was like, I will gladly sit here. My
My broke
irritation,
ass, I'd have been like, 650. This is
the price is right over here. 601.
right.
It was the irritation kind of came in because I try to bring luggage on board, carry on or whatever. We're at capacity. There can be no more carry-ons.
Yeah.
And I was like, we wouldn't be at capacity if you weren't letting all these people bring all these bags, because some of these bags are not carry-ons.
Yeah.
And it's like, stop doing this.
Yeah.
Like, put them underneath. So of course, we're delayed. 30-minute delay. I was keeping you updated because you was in Hot Atlanta having
Yeah.
a grand old time
I was living my
while
life. Yeah.
I was still in the airport.
I was like, sucks for you, buddy.
Yeah, drink. She was posting
Safe travels, buddy.
great food, and I'm stuck in the airplane. And I'm okay with one of the delays because I don't want to be in a tin can when it's lightning around. So
Good
I'm
point.
all
I was about to say,
gracious.
I would rather not.
I'm gracious for them taking all the safety precautions and that sort of thing. The issues and things that I don't know. It was just hectic, very hectic. And then when you land in Hartsfield, Atlanta, which is by far the busiest one of the busiest that I have been in,
Yeah.
and that includes international trips I've been on. They didn't even tell us where our bags were at. So it's like, bro, this is the worst airport. You got to get on like 15 goddamn trains to get to the luggage, and you're not
Not a
even
fan
telling
of
us
that. Yeah.
where to carousel. I'm not a fan of that either.
Not
It
a
is,
fan of that.
it's horrible.
I'm always curious. Like, so you got a train station specifically for the airport. That's how convoluted that airport is.
Yeah, it's not even just one train; it's multiple. It's almost like it's like being in you get on the wrong line and you're
You
going
asked out.
and you're gonna miss your flight. And it was
Yeah.
so many people because of the delays. It was just like, bro, that is the worst airport to catch connecting to. I was so glad we were just landing in Atlanta
Yeah.
because I would have missed
Yeah.
because it's just hectic. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, Delta, do better. Do better.
They
I know
won't.
I only got 620 sky miles, but do better. As a
They
person
not
who is
listening to you. Your little 620. Better get that little funky ass
as a
miles out of
person
here.
with 620 miles, I'm not a medallion member or any of that stuff. But as a person with 620 miles, do better. Do better. And then my twofer for the grinding of the gears is I underestimated the Stairmaster. I underestimated this because Boogie, listeners, day ones, y'all been with me on this workout journey this year. I've been in there. I've been doing my thing. So I was like, you know what? The Stairmaster. It
Okay.
ain't. It's easy. It ain't shit. I'm gonna work out these knees. Let me get up on here. I was like, let me at least do 5 minutes. At
Whoa.
least do 5 minutes. 5, because I like big goals, big ass goals here.
That's 5 minutes is a lot.
It really is. So, I'm up here, I'm climbing, I'm like, this is not moving fast enough. I was like, I need some pace. My dumb ass puts this thing on like level 8. And I'm like, this still moving kind of slow. It picks up. It picks up, Boogie. And I will say by like minute 3, I am sucking So much wind. I'm gasping. There's people looking at me. It's like, hey, big dog, I don't think you gonna make it. I lowered this. I had to lower it. I had to lower it, Boogie. It humbled me. I made it to 5 minutes. And after I got off, I stumbled out of the gym because I was like, "You fool! You fool! You should have just stuck. You got to stick to the rivers and the lakes that you were used to. I should have just stayed on the treadmill and the bike. It humbled me. It humbled me. I was shamed by the stairmaster. It grinded my gears because it shamed me. So I went back yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I did 6 minutes, but I did it on level 3 because I was like, I'm not gonna be shamed again on no level 8 or no level 7. I was like, we're not gonna do this. So Stairmaster, it will shame you.
Yeah, them Stairmaster is no joke. I don't play around with Stairmasters. I do it, but I'm not. I'm not trying to be high or mighty. I'm not trying to prove nothing. I'm gonna pace myself when it comes to the Stairmaster.
See, it's one of those things where they say it's how you can lose weight the fastest or shred. And I was like, okay, let's shred. Let's get this cardio up. And I
Because
was like, I don't have
you
to
want
shred like
instant
that.
gratification. That's why.
I was like, I don't have to shred like this. One of the homies was like, yeah, it takes some time, my boy. He's like, I got up to 50 minutes. And I was like, you've been at this a lot longer than me.
Yeah.
So you and your 50 minutes can just go sit somewhere because I'm cool with my little 6. I'm cool with my little 6 minutes. I'm cool with the 6. Boogie.
Yes,
It's
sir.
time to tip the hat. For those of you who are new to this program, this is where we like to shout out folks who are doing dope things in the community. Let's get to it.
I'm tipping my hat.
Who you got, Bugs?
My tip in my hat goes to Las Vegas Aces forward Asia Wilson. She ties the record for the most points in a WNBA game with 53 points. She killed it on last Tuesday, I should say. Let me pull. Damn, I literally had the damn picture. Yeah, beating the Atlanta Dream, 112 over 100. So shout out to Asia for doing that, showing up, showing out. Per usual, she killing it. So Las Vegas Aces, they doing their damn thing.
Okay. Yeah, the Aces actually are a pretty dope squad. Didn't they win last year? So
they did, and she was MVP.
So that is dope. Now, Asia, you gotta get 54. You tied the record, so it's only a matter of time before you eclipse that and set another record. So shout out.
I said this before. Before we move on to yours, I said this before. Lower the damn rim.
They really need to.
Like, can we please just lower the damn rim? We got a smaller ball.
Yeah.
We have I think it's a shorter court. I think it's a little bit shorter.
Okay.
It might be the same. It might be the same. But the 3-point line is shorter. Than men's. Yeah. It is. Or okay. I might be off. Like, please, somebody correct me. But the whole point is, lower the damn rim. I promise you, we will be seeing a lot more dunking. We'll be seeing a lot more trick plays happening because women's arms, women's jump, vert. Like we can't all do it just like men. I get it. We all want to be,
want to be like
right. We want to be compared as equals, but equally, we've seen it for 10 plus years. We can't do it. Right. It's not happening. So yeah, but shout out to Asia though.
I agree with you. I feel like lower the rims because we're gonna start seeing people yoke on each other, which is what we need to see.
That is what we all want to see.
The trash talking is gonna go up. It's gonna put more butts in the seats. It's gonna get these ladies paid more. It's gonna make the game that much better. Just lower the rims, and it's gonna be that much more. It's entertaining now. I watched Casey during the playoffs. The playoffs is very entertaining for the WNBA.
I do too.
So yeah, I'm not gonna act like I watched during the regular season, but the playoffs is entertaining.
I don't watch regular seasons in the NBA to tell you the truth. So that's just me.
Yeah, that's kind of true too. It's a couple games I'll tune in for the
right. This ain't no gender bias for me. I just don't.
This is true.
I like to wait.
I watch more college than I do other pros, so I
Right.
feel like that's more entertaining. But yeah, I agree with you. They got to make some changes in that game to get them paid and to make it better for them. So lower the rims, y'all.
Yeah. Who's your tipping?
My tipping is going to
God.
Gambia. They took home the crown for first place in the Jollof rice competition. They
Jollof.
beat out
Jollof.
Nigeria, Ghana, and Liberia. Um, this was at the 2023 West African Food Festival. The competition was held in Lagos. It's been welcoming chefs from all over West Africa for the last 5 years. Gambia took home the crown. Those of you who are aware of the diaspora wars when it comes to the jollof rice. It is
Yes.
well known
Yes.
amongst all my African friends. I love sitting in on the conversation
Yes.
of them arguing as to
Yes.
who makes the best jollof rice. I
Yeah.
guess, it's Gambians.
I know them Nigerians are like,
Oh, it was a lot of sucking the teeth that was going on there.
they were like, huh? They were like, huh? Mm.
Oh man, but honestly, I feel like because if we some of us Americans don't know what jollof rice is or whatever, this needs to be something that needs to be
They
brought to
should.
the state.
Jollof is good as hell.
It really is. I want to. They need to have a competition like this in the states though. I want us because I want to be a taste tester. I want to be the
They
judge.
do have competitions like this in the States, but it's somebody's household.
This is very true as
This
well.
is somebody's household. A Nigerian family is hosting a party, and a Ghanaian was like, "No, you go eat. You go like my jollof, okay? I'm
I
bringing my
need
jollof."
I need more African friends. I mostly know Nigerians, but I need more from other countries and everything, so I can really have my own Jollof rice wars. Because I'm down to taste test. I'm down to try them all. I'm down.
Nigerian, I just gotta say, Nigerian jollof is just too damn hot. That's why I like. That's why I like Ghanaian. Ghana,
So
yes.
I don't think I've had the spice. So maybe I've had mine was more on the sweeter side. So
Uh,
maybe I have not had the true Nigerian side. But the
talking about
Nigerian man, the
burning your
Nigerian
nose hair strings, boy.
the night shout out to the Nigerian man, our Uber driver. That man in Atlanta,
Oh
hilarious.
yeah.
The funniest thing ever though, uh, when he said, "What poor people take Lyft." We were in an Uber, y'all, and because we was talking, it was like, "Why don't you drive Lyft?" He was like, "Poor people take Lyft." I was like, "Yo, I take Lyft." I was like, borderline offended back there. I was like, "My guy," I
I
was
kept
like,
quiet because I was like, yeah, my broke ass be lifting it up sometimes. So
I definitely okay. So what just me? Because I was back there like, yo, I was like, dog, I'm gonna end this ride right now.
this man was bold as hell. He don't give a fuck.
Only the poorest take that. But shout out to the Ghanaians and shout out to Asia for their accomplishments. Keep tipping the hat to y'all.
You mean Gambians?
Gambian, excuse me. What did I say?
You said the Ghanaians.
The Gambian, excuse me. They
Gambia,
beat the Ghanaians, excuse me.
yeah,
The
and the
Gambians.
Nigerians. Now what? And Liberia,
Oh,
Liberia.
oh, oh. I know there
Right.
was a lot of that going on. Or is that Jamaican? I don't
That's
know.
Jamaican, man.
Okay. So there was no but going on. But hey, tip
This
my hat
guy,
to y'all.
Jesus.
Let's get to the first ad and we'll be right back for news you can or can't use. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just over here polishing up my black watch. A lot of y'all know I'm an avid collector of watches. I got at least 9 of them things in my collection, and the one that I get the most compliments on has got to be my black watch. I gotta tell y'all, black watches, they have really put a lot of time and detail into their product. I gotta tell you, from the watch face all the way down to the band made of genuine leather. I know it's genuine, but I like saying genuine. They really have outdone themselves. So fellas, ladies, if you're looking to upgrade your watch style, definitely check out the good folks over there at Black Watches. They black owned. You know you want to support a black owned watch company. And because, they rocking with the podcast, they, hooked you guys up with a promo code. That's right, a promo code that gives you 20% off of your order when you head over to blackwatches.com. That's right, blackwatches.com, BLAK watches.com, and make sure you use that promo code late night WNA. Come on, support the Black Watches. Now back to the podcast. All right, it's time for news you can or can't use. First up, we got Glorilla saying women should be toxic in their 20s. I don't think we have a video, but I do have a snippet. Let me go ahead and play this for you guys.
I'm gonna call my twin, and I just want to let y'all know. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, none of that ever again in your life. Be toxic, because don't get in your 30s thinking you could just go slashing tires and doing all this crazy shit. You too old for that now. You too mature. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you delusional, turn that shit up a notch. Enjoy the rest of your 20s. You only get to do this. Hey, ladies.
So, Boogie, now that we have heard from Glorilla, you being the resident lady of this podcast, how do you feel about her saying that women should be toxic in their 20s?
I want a definition of like what she meant about being toxic. Because if anything, why can't you? She says slashing tires and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little bit more than toxic, buddy. That's
Penthouse level of toxicity right there.
I would call that criminal. That's not
Yeah,
that's
you're
not
damaging
toxic.
property.
Yeah, damaging property or whatnot. And also, why can't you do it in your 30s? You are more mature, so
Not as cute in your 30s. It's like
it's not as cute, but cheating, niggas cheating on it at any age is not cute. But we still find ourselves in that predicament. I understand what she meant. Like, live your best life, but you should live your best life at any age. Specifically on your 20s, you shouldn't be focused on. I wouldn't say focus on like issue. Like you should be. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like no, because to me, I feel like even if you're toxic in your 20s, shouldn't you be in your 20s? Shouldn't you be like low key toxic / preparing yourself to set yourself up so you don't have to worry about shit in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s? Like to me, I feel like I think it should be a balance. Like you should be living free. You should live free, but also make sure you have a plan too.
live free with a little bit of that toxicity.
Yeah. What do you think?
Looking back on my 20s,
Yeah.
there was some sprinkles of toxicity in there.
Of
I
course.
feel like everybody has to have a little bit of toxic. You have to know the
Mhm.
toxicity. You got to know what's toxic before you can really call it. Like, okay, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying exactly what I
Okay, so you
just
get what
said.
I'm saying then.
Yeah.
I feel like
You need a bare minimum. Like
yes,
I need a level, an understanding of where the level where you're toting. Like I
yes,
need to know
exactly.
where's the ground for you. Where
Right.
is where where is basic toxic for me?
Ground level and penthouse. We
Right.
got to establish this.
Where are we at on the scale? Like what's
Right.
the scale? What's the spectrum?
I feel okay, perfect. So we're on the same page there. I feel like there's levels to it. Like when you
Of course.
first turn 21, your toxicity level is gonna be kind of up there
Of
because
course. You
you're
want to
able to
experience
go to
everything.
bars, you can drink, and this is where you start to find out, oh, I can be out here, I'm lit. You start to find that out a little bit.
Yeah.
Then as you start to get to okay, I'm 25, okay, the levels you kind of start to figure it out because as you mentioned, as your 20s kind of do prepare you for your 30s as
Right.
to when you're starting to slow down a little bit so you can say, okay, I'm a little comfortable here, because we
Hmm.
have seen those folks who are top tier toxicity in their 20s and they are struggling in their 30s.
Yeah.
So
They don't know what the hell they doing with their lives. But
yeah,
we are. I feel like everyone is at that point. They don't know what the hell they're doing with their lives. But you want to have a better grasp on where you're going and where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, that's just I think that's just what it is. Because I feel like when I turned 21, I was a closed-minded ass
hell yeah.
mofo. I remember I had one drink in the club when I turned 21, and I held that drink the whole night because I wasn't drinking. I'm like, I don't care about drinking.
Do this. And now look
Woo.
at us.
Yeah, now look at me. I I wouldn't call me double fisting like that.
I be two fisted sometimes. I
Yo
think
ass.
this is one of those things. Again, there's levels to toxicity here.
Of course.
If it's one of those, because again, this is the creator of Fuck Nigga Free.
Yeah.
So if you are living in your F and F mode,
Correct.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And there's levels to that. You could be out here, like you said, living free, doing what you want to do. Now, when it comes to you messing, putting fists on people, messing with people's property,
Ah,
that's a level of toxicity at any age I don't think you should be doing. My
yeah.
level of toxic is okay. Here's something that I did when I was in college or whatever, and I'm sure a lot of other people did this. This is how I knew I was toxic. It was one of those situations where you had relations with a young lady or whatever, and you wanted her to leave, but you didn't know how to be like, get out, and they're not picking up on those. So what you about to do? They're not
Right.
picking up on those hints. So I would text one of the homies and be like, hey, bro, I need you to hit me up, make up something because she's not leaving.
Mm, mm.
And quite frequently we'd run this play where my homie would hit me up. Hey, bro, we fighting. Come on, bro. They beating our ass. We need you to come on.
Oh
Get
god.
down here. We scrapping. And I'd be like, hey, they jumping my boys. I gotta go. And she's like, you want me to stay here? I was like, no. I don't know how long I'm gonna be. They
Oh
fighting
my
hard.
god. You had to elaborate. Oh my god. That's a
We
lot. That's just bad communication. Because if that's happened to
it's
me,
still toxic though.
yeah, it is toxic. I will say that's happened to me before, but I don't know. Maybe it's the Capricorn in me. I'd be like, so I'm gonna need you to go.
You are very straightforward. So
I've always been that way, and I think a lot of people need to do that. Like you don't have to be hurtful, but you could be direct in a
that
nice
is a
way.
Capricorn thing. I'm thinking, I was like, I do know a couple of y'all, and I was like, y'all are kind of like, yeah, y'all are very. It's not pushy to a point, but it's like, what are we doing here?
We're
So
no
yeah,
nonsense. We're no
yeah,
nonsense.
that's what it is.
We're
That's
a
what it
no
is.
nonsense type of person. Because all of that emotion and stuff is
Get
pointless.
out of here, soft ass nigga.
It's pointless.
This nigga want to cuddle after.
Like, are we together? Like, no, we came here for a reason to do the damn
So
thing. So,
those are toxic levels. Again, you have to experience those. That's
good
where I
point.
feel like that's a fair level. Everybody has been on that side of the coin. Now there have been some things where I was like, ooh, that was for me. I think I've hit a level 5. I think that's as far as I've gone. I
Okay.
think there has been one moment where I was like, damn, bro, this was top tier.
Okay.
For me, I was like, woo. And looking back on it, I was like, she should have slapped you. And
Mm,
it was a situation where I was with a young lady,
okay.
did the do
You out here
whatever.
sharing stuff. I ain't sharing
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it is what it is. I'm transparent.
Okay.
Um, no names, of course.
Uh,
And it was a moment where I was like, it's cool, kind of feeling you. Then I saw her cousin, and I was like,
I kind of want you to.
yeah, it was like, I wish, it was like, yeah, I'm kind of not feeling, kind of feeling your cousin. And it was like, damn, in that moment, I was like, bro, you could have just not said anything. And I was like, top tier toxic. So I look at for me though. So that's why
Again,
I'm saying you have to
yeah,
have those levels.
I got you. You have to determine what those levels are, because I've done some crazy shit, but I've also was like, are we married? No. Like, did you lock me down? No.
Boogie
So
out here justify. I ain't your woman.
I mean, like, until we get
You
until
need to
we
put
get
a
those
title on
established,
this.
exactly. Until I need clear, concise, like understanding of what these are, like labels. Like,
You
even
know
though a
what?
lot of people don't want to put labels on stuff, I'ma need some labels so I can get some clear understanding of what we are.
You are out here. You that ain't nothing going on but the rent. That's you.
Uh,
That is you. He was like, they gotta have a J-O-B.
it's what it is. You stupid. No,
Show
you
my
know what it
age.
is? It's you start to blur when you blur those lines, it makes things very unmanageable for
Yeah,
people to understand, like, for with their feelings. Like, if there aren't clear understandings, expectations, with whatever situationship that's going on. Yeah, a lot of misinformation and emotions can get skewed.
definitely. Um, so I think this. I don't have an issue with what Glorilla stated there, but I think you got to put an
Agreed.
asterisk by that. I think
Agreed.
that asterisk has to be it's everyone's on their own separate journey. So your life experience is your life experience. However, just know that if you are super toxic in your 20s,
Woohoo!
that can prevent you from having some things in your 30s.
Yeah,
So if people come out here and they paint you as yo, bruh is super toxic, sis is super toxic,
yeah.
you might not want to be
That
around
shit
you.
don't disappear when you turn 30. That still goes along with you. So please be mindful of that.
From what people have said, the dating pool has pee, poop, and all types of other toxic things that are in it. So the
Yeah.
more toxic you are again in your 20s, that pool gets smaller and
Mhm.
more toxic. So just keep those things in mind.
Yeah. I wish I would.
Oh man. Well, and no transition here. Let's get to the next ad.
God. Hey y'all, we're going to take a quick pause from this episode to tell you about our next sponsor, Rose Vogue Styling. Let Rose Vogue Styling help you change the way you see yourself. Their mission is to empower you to build your confidence and look fly while doing it. They offer personal styling, shopping, and closet auditing. They need to come to my closet because it's a hot ass mess, okay? They also have an online boutique store full of pieces that will give your outfit life and have you looking right. Pieces like earrings, that's what I have on now, here, right here, necklaces, purses, rings, just to name a few, okay? Right now, our subscribers, our listeners, our watchers, you can get 20% off when you use the code late night, okay? LATENITE. Going over to their IG, it's Rose Vogue Styling at Rose Vogue Styling. Easy, everybody knows that, okay? Let Rose Vogue Styling style you for your next event, or simply just help you enhance the pieces that you already have in your closet. Wow. Style is a choice. Upgrade yours with Rose Vogue Styling. Again, you can get 20% off if you use our code late night, okay? LATENITE. Support a black business, okay? Support us. When you support them, you're supporting us, okay? Now let's get back to the show.
Topic number 2. Unc said, "What the hell? What is y'all doing? I did not do this." I saw this tweet that came out. Are they
I
still
did
called
too.
tweets? What are
Yeah.
they called? Because
Uh,
it's X. It's not Twitter anymore. I didn't know what
so
they.
you saw an X? You saw an X?
Yeah, I don't know an excerpt and I don't know what we're calling these things, but I
Yeah, I don't
saw
know.
a tweet And it's from Steve Harvey's handle, and it's sort of comedian you don't find funny at all. And I saw this kind of going around. I went by it because I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna bother with this. I did look at some of the comments because I was like, I'm just want to put eyes to see who people are saying. Excuse me. And it was some of the same people that we know. Oh, this person, this person, this person. And I was listening to like Breakfast Club and a couple other things. And, they were like, I don't think this is Steve. I don't think this is Steve. I had my suspicions as well. Boogie, what did you, before we found out that it wasn't Steve, what did you think?
I didn't think it was him either, because just off of the basis that Steve Harvey got 50 jobs, he is making buku money. He got multiple businesses. What does he look like entertaining this low fruit question?
It's definitely low hanging fruit.
Oh my God. Like a comedian, you don't find, he don't even talk like that.
He doesn't. Now, I would expect this from some other people.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, who want to start mess. Because let's be real, there are some people who do.
Yeah.
And there were some big comedians who were like, huh. There were a lot of think pieces,
right? Exactly.
that were put out. There were some that were like, oh yeah, this is legit. This came from Mr. Harvey. I done worked with him. This, if he put something out, it's from him. There were some who were like, I kind of question, why is this really him? And if this is him, what were you trying to get from this? And then he put a video out. Do we have some beautiful bean footage there?
We do.
Let's see what Unc got to say.
All right, I got to take some time to address this here. I came down here to get away, get in some nature, do some fishing. Somebody works for me on my Twitter, put a statement out that was totally negative. I got to take responsibility for it because they work for me. But the engagement was talking about name a comedian you don't think is funny. Why would I do something like that? That don't even make no damn sense. My whole brand is to be motivational. And I'm going to turn around and say something like that. You don't know where these young people at in their career, man. They could be coming up in anything. I'm all about positivity. I would have never done nothing like that. Damn. I'm so pissed off right now, man. Talking about I was trying to get some engagement. Okay.
Cigar.
Okay. Be trying to get some employment too. My bad, y'all. Now I got to come on here and do something, doing a damn selfie. So here it is. I'm sorry, man. My bad, y'all. Won't happen again, though.
Now, he said, best believe.
You have to find some unemployment. So, Boogie, so Steve said it wasn't him. Do you believe Steve?
I do. I honestly believe him, just because he said it himself. His brand is about pushing positivity and unrealistic relationships as well. That is his brand. Right. That is his brand. Okay. His brand is that
and then big ass suits. Let's not forget about
big ass suits, big ass teeth. That is him all day.
Big ass mustaches.
Right. And for a lot of people to have read that on Twitter or X and jump on the bandwagon to respond, it kind of already proved, like, yeah, you just wanted to hate on somebody. Like, you weren't trying to engage in a conversation. But he said it himself. They're going to be looking for employment. So that was a dumb move on your part, for sure.
I think so. I agree with you. I knew it wasn't him from out the gate, but to hear him say it is one, because you got to come out here when it's your brand. So I can appreciate him doing that. Yes, I believe him, because listen to the video. Now I'm on here taking a selfie to let y'all know this.
Don't even know how to work this shit.
Exactly. So that right there lets you know that he didn't do this. Steve probably does not even know how to tweet. That's no shade to him or anything. You don't need to know how to tweet when you're a brand like that.
Facts.
It's one of those things where This was more of the engagement. It definitely got engagement, but it was more the engagement among civilians. And when I say
Mm-hmm.
civilians, I mean
People that are.
non-artists,
Mm-hmm.
primarily non-comedians. We can get into the semantics of comedian
Mm-hmm.
later,
Yeah,
but
it's
this was
already a discussion.
right. This was more so to get civilians talking. And there
Yeah.
were some people who, they was gonna put the eye emojis that are comedians to see if their name came up on the list. I want people to understand comedy is so subjective.
Absolutely.
Everyone has who they like, who they don't like. Some of the names that were in there that I saw, we see them regularly. Oh, the
Of
Chris
course.
Rocks, the Kevin Harts. They were saying it was like Bill Maher, Bill Murray. It was a lot of people in there, and I was like, oh, you just don't like these people.
That's it.
That's what it is, because there's no way you can sit up here and say that these people are not funny comedians, because they are. It's
Mm-hmm.
just you may not like their brand of comedy. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that they're not funny. You just don't like their brand. And
Yep.
that's where it falls back to it being subjective.
Mm-hmm.
To sit up here and say that Kevin Hart is not funny, you're a hater. That's just what it is. Excuse me. You're a hater. He might not be funny in everything to you,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna sit up here and be like, you're just not a funny person. Like, come on, stop it. And I think that's where the arguments were going amongst people in the comments. Also, this was definitely someone who was born um they're not a millennial, I'll say that. They were born probably late 90s, because some of the comedians that they were posting, I was like, y'all have not done the research to even go back and look at some of the work they've done, because you're just hating on, I saw this special now, I don't like you. But you didn't see some of the specials that were done before. So it's just like, this was a dumb argument.
Yeah, we knew that we as in comics, something was up, just because there's an unwritten rule,
Yep.
for comedians, is we don't speak about other comedians work, and
Outside of you're not publicly.
not
Let's say
publicly.
that
Not
publicly.
publicly. Let me finish. Yeah, that's the most important part. Not
Yeah.
publicly. Just because, for one, just like what you said, comedy is subjective. So even if a comic doesn't like another comic's work, I bet you there's a following for that particular comic. But that goes with everything. And we have to remember that. Like, just because you feel like you don't like a particular person or comic, that's not law. That's not
Yeah.
law. Like, sorry, buddy, your taste is different than someone else's taste.
I agree with that 100%. I think that I have made every comedian has made some mistakes. There have been some people when I was on the scene, I was like, this person's not funny. And then you see, oh, you run this or you run that. Makes sense why I didn't get this. That's
Yep.
kind of why we don't talk about comedians publicly. Privately, them group chats be like, whoa, did you see so and so bomb? Did you see this?
Throwing him up.
I feel like there's a lot of hate within amongst comedians. If
course.
comedians are hating on other comedians because they are jealous that there's someone that has that they think they don't deserve. Granted, there are some people that we know that have skipped some steps. Not gonna say no names. We
But
know this, and it happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's part of life. That's just what happens. That's just what happens.
But for a standpoint of the civilians who don't necessarily know some of this stuff, if when you see comedians dangle things out there and you see that hate, they're taking jazz because they feel like it's something that they should have gotten that they haven't gotten yet. And when you look at something, because I feel like we're so adjacent. I look at some of these beefs or these air quote these beefs that some of these comedians say that they have, and I was like, bro, both of y'all are successful, and this is not anyone that's. I don't want people to think I'm talking about anyone in particular. I'm just saying when we've seen some of these things, it's like y'all are successful, y'all are touring, y'all are on TV shows and things. Why are y'all beefing? We're not rappers. We are funny people. We don't have to be beefing with each other. There's plenty of stages and money for everyone has their own lane. It's just silly to me.
I don't have enough energy to beef with nobody because I'm trying to make sure these checks are clearing. That's it. That's it. That's my concern. Where's the check? Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and do that.
No, I agree. I'm just glad that again Steve cleared the air,
Oh yeah,
and for the civilians out there again, this is for y'all to talk about
of
because
course.
there's anytime any if there's a comedian right now that airs someone out like that, that's because that person has a legit beef with that person.
Yeah, agreed.
That's what that is. Or they're trying to be messy. Because again, there's a couple out here who will dangle things out here to get the engagement. And I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say the names, but you know who I'm talking about, Boogie. That will do these things and will be like,
yeah.
who do you think? Um, even before we knew it was fake, though, do you think that there were comedians who were looking to see if they were on that list?
Of course. I mean, that goes without saying. I know there's some traction going on right now with Just Hilarious responding, tweeting out, saying, it's me, it's the person, it's Steve Harvey tweeting that out. That's getting to me, or whatever the tweet was, something along those lines. But
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
again, I feel like if you have the common sense to understand and to value your career, responding to this or reposting, tweeting, whatnot as a comic is the wrong move.
It's one of those ones where we all saw the low hanging fruit, and it does make you wonder, like, why would you put this out there? Now that we know that it was some idiot that did it,
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have necessarily responded because then you open up that door for people to be
of
like,
course.
you on that list, nigga. I don't
Exactly.
like you and your brand. And me personally, because Boogie, I used to be in there in them. I used to be a comment warrior in there, like, okay, y'all want to go? Let's go. I don't have that energy anymore to battle back and forth with people. So I'm just like, you know what? That's why when I saw it, I just kept scrolling because I was
I
like,
don't care enough. I'm sorry,
not
I
gonna
don't
comment.
care enough because these are, if I have to remind people one more time, these are people you will never see. You will
Yeah.
never see any of these people that you are arguing on social media, that you are reading think pieces. You will never meet them in real life. And for you to feel so engaged and passionate about somebody else tweeting words on a screen, like what? Like, just take a second to understand that. Like, a lot of all this vitriol, like this energy that people want to put to comment paragraphs and paragraphs of things is not worth it. What are you going to get? What do you gain ultimately from that? Somebody a like to saying, I agree with your sentiments. No.
Pretty much. That and I don't know what the sense of it. I don't. It's just a weird sense of entitlement
Yeah.
of going back and forth. I
Ugh.
don't know. It's just like I said, some of these things again, it's low hanging fruit. You just got to know to just go buy it.
Yep.
Now, if I am one of those people, because again, I get it. We're artists. We're very sensitive about
Yeah,
our
of
shit and
course.
everything.
Of
You're
course.
going to check. Now, if my name happens to show up on this list a couple of times, my next special, since y'all motherfuckers won't say I'm not funny,
Oh God.
I'm coming at y'all. I'm making sure everything heat. What y'all got to say now,
We
niggas?
always we always focus on the negative. Just
We do.
I know, just worry about your life and be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, but hey,
Good
like I said,
luck.
I'm glad he
Shout out
cleared it
to
up.
shout out to Steve Harvey because he looked disgruntled
Pissed.
and mad. This is some bullshit. Now I gotta explain and come out here. I'm trying to fish right now.
You heard the smoker's cough. He just got done smoking a 6 mile long cigar. He's like, I
Yeah.
got to take time out of my day
Somebody called
on my
me.
ranch.
Right. Somebody called me and said I gotta deal with this shit that I don't even be looking on.
What the hell? you know, it, Steve was probably, it took him a week to find out he was probably trending. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all doing? And like I
Yeah.
said, you heard it in there. I got to take a selfie. I was like, Steve, this is just a video. That's how you know Unc didn't do it.
Oh
Right
God.
there.
Yeah. Ah.
Do better, y'all. Oh well, happy job hunting for whomever that person was, because yeah, like Steve said, unemployment line. It's cold out there. How do you mess up that? How do you mess that up, bro? That is like, I'm working for Steve. You probably don't. You probably never met Steve, because let's be real, you probably low on the totem pole. But still, how do you get fired from like Steve Harvey Enterprises? I'm sure that's what it's called, but maybe something different. I don't know.
Good luck.
You know what? That person, honestly, they could be, y'all niggas is tripping, because that's what niggas be doing. Speaking of, it's time for not the tipping, but y'all niggas is tripping. Look, who you got for y'all niggas this week?
My y'all niggas is tripping is going out to a third grade teacher who was arrested for allegedly being drunk in class on the first day of school. This teacher was in Oklahoma. She was arrested last week. I'm like, damn, when did school start? It started last week, guys.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too.
Yeah, last week. She showed up for work on the first day of school with the blood alcohol level 3 times over the legal limit. 3 times? Kimberly Coates, 53 years old, was confronted around 3:20. So she finished the day off.
Too much sauce. Too much sauce.
Okay, finished the day off of the school, and either the other teacher was like, "Hey, yo, what's going on with Miss Coates?" or the kids, the third graders, was like, "Hey, excuse me, something's wrong with Miss Coates." But the school resource officer approached her and was like,
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
That's what they said to her.
Right. They were like, hey, she might be intoxicated. And damn sure she was. God dang. And there's a video out of her sitting there getting her blood alcohol level, taking a breathalyzer test. And man, oh man, she does not look well at all. Buddy, she looks guilty, okay?
So, Boogie, I'm gonna put my conspiracy hat on.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm going to I'm gonna be this lady's lawyer.
Here we go.
So there's some things here, because I did see this and I was like, this is a little odd here. I did watch the video, and I'm gonna point out a couple things here. You said she was 53 years old.
Yep.
No, you should not be drinking around children. In the video, she was like, I had some wine yesterday.
She said she took an anxiety medicine night before.
I feel like they pressed her entirely too hard. Also, why is this video out? People get drunk all the time and we don't see them blowing into breath. Rarely do we see that. Maybe if they're behind a car, but she wasn't behind a vehicle or anything. I feel like she's 53 years old. This was nothing more than to embarrass her,
of course,
and to get rid of her. We want some younger teachers in here.
Yep.
You've been here for a minute. No, I'm not excusing her behavior, because you should not be around the children's sauce.
Of course not.
Definitely not on the first day. It's like, ma'am, they couldn't have been getting on your nerves that bad.
Terrible way to start the school year.
Because I was thinking, they let people drink all the time. Like you're on your lunch break, you can have a glass of wine. I don't know how that works for teachers, but most jobs you can have by minute 1 to 2 drinks when you're on the clock. Again, I'm not saying you should do this with teachers.
Not me. I wish I would. That's a trick right there.
You gotta know how to hide it. Believe me, I've worked a couple call centers. Let's go to bed again. Let's get a little. Let's knock back 2 with this little Bennigan's dinner. But this is one of those situations. Why arrest her? Why not send her home? Hey, we're gonna send you to rehab, that sort of thing. And the school resource officer, he threw the cup at her. This smells like wine, bro. You're not doing no type of field sobriety test here outside of making her blow on this thing. How your nose is not that well trained to know what the hell is in her cup. Like, chill out. I wish she would have been like, yeah, I had some cough syrup. I got a terrible cough. That's why I blew this point, whatever. Then I would have skedaddled or I would have been like, yo, let me get my lawyer. This is crazy though. Put her in rehab, or whatever. Because again, alcoholism, it's a disease.
Yeah,
It is literally classified as a disease. Like, what are we doing here? This was just stupid, in my opinion. Granted, it was dumb on her part too.
Yeah,
But to embarrass her like this.
she admitted to drinking a half box of wine, and they have this
Box
in
wine?
quotation. They have this in quotation. A half a box of wine until 3 a.m. the night before the first day of school. And you know what that tells me? She does either she is scared of them kids, she hates her job or something. It's
She's
telling
numbing
me
some type of pain.
yeah, something must have happened. This is telling me a story is happening, and we don't know what's going on. Something is happening. We don't know what's going on, and sometimes we need to try to be a little bit more nicer than
Show some
automatically
grace.
assuming. Yeah, automatically assuming you on some fuck shit. But at the same time, yeah, you shouldn't have went to work, Mike.
I agree with that. You can't be drunk around the kids or high around the youths, because don't be going to work high neither. This is one of those things where, again, the context clues here goes back to Uncle Steve. The box wine. If you're dabbling in the box wine, you might.
Yeah, that's why y'all need to be paying them teachers more. She out here stressing because she probably can't pay no bills because she got these little low checks that she got to look forward to, and now she like, what am I gonna do with my life? You know,
box wine.
That's all she can afford is box wine, because the way that them checks is coming out for them teachers is terrible.
I'm not gonna lie. I did have a nice little box of wine not too long ago, but I use it for cooking purposes because I was like, I don't want to waste a whole bottle of wine on a pot roast. So I was like, let me get a little cab on the black box. It was quite tasty. I was like, 13% on the alcohol content. My niggas is tripping. Is going to a Georgia man. This brother decided to apply to be a cop despite having a warrant out for his arrest.
Interesting.
You big dummy.
Like, who does this? Police officers say that 24-year-old Justin Carter applied to be an officer with the Monticello Police Department in Arkansas on Monday despite having a warrant out for his arrest. Officials say that when Justin came to Arkansas on Tuesday to verify details for his physical fitness test, they noticed some inconsistencies in his physical appearance from his background check. Upon further investigation, authorities uncovered a nationwide warrant for Justin in the state of Georgia. According to the department, officers met with Justin while he was participating in the physical fitness test for pre-appointment. He was reportedly able to complete the test before being immediately arrested afterwards.
I never understood that at all. Y'all let people complete stuff and then let them in their head believe that it's gonna be good and well, and then arrest their ass.
You know what it was? They was like, hold on. Let's see if he passes. Because if he passes, we might be able to make these charges go away. That's what it was. You know what it is? It's like athletes. It's like, okay, look, he's going to get a scholarship. We got to do something to get his grades up. That's what this was. Let's see if he can really pass. Or like when you come to your job and you work your whole shift and then like,
then they fired. Like, what the hell? We gotta get every inch, every hour out of their ass.
It says that the Monticello Police Department told WSB-TV that Justin was wanted out of Savannah due to a probation violation. He's currently awaiting transfer to Georgia. This is crazy, homie. So this is homie knew, because that's why he said, "Oh, there's some there's some things that are off about your background check photo." Homie bulked up because he's like, you know what, this guy right here, he got warrants, but Buff me, he don't got no warrants. So that's what this was. That's what this was. He was trying to pull, the okey doke, a little switcheroo, and they was like, aha, we got him. Sometimes y'all make the cops' jobs easier for them. The goal, maybe he thought I could, be a wolf in like sheep's clothing. I can blend in with the pigs. He's like, y'all do wrong, I'm doing wrong. It's like, some of y'all got warrants, I got a warrant. Maybe I could just blend right in. Maybe that's what it was.
God.
I don't know, but I kind of want to follow up on this. I want to see if when he gets out, will they be like, you know what, you did pass your fitness test, and you have served your time or whatever he may face. Let's give him a job, desk duty. Like, we can't give you no gun, but we can give you desk duty. Or at least he could be a fitness trainer. You pass the test, bro. You could train these other folks. You could do that.
That's true.
So good luck. Let's get to this final ad, and we'll be right back for the last story.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? A lot of y'all hit me up like, Nate, you super chill. You super laid back all the time. Brother, you gotta be on something. Well, y'all are right. I'm off them chummies edibles, and y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a smoker. I don't really mess with the eddies like that, because let's be real, a lot of them are hit or miss. There's either no juice or you're feeling like a zombie. The good folks over there at Chummies, well, they out here trying to change the edible game. And I gotta tell you, they got some phenomenal products. They sent me over some of their traditional edibles, and man, them things are hitting. But they don't only got edibles. They got juice. They got your gummies. They got your chocolate bars. Whatever you like, they got it. Y'all, do me a favor. Go over to their Instagram page. It's Chummies_edibles. And get yourself some good stuff. And when you're out there, filling up your cart, make sure you use that promo code 21Chummy. That's right. They rocking with the podcast, and because they rocking with us, they rocking with y'all. So they're going to take care of y'all by giving y'all 10% off of your first order. So again, use that promo code 21Chummy to get 10% off your edibles. All right, y'all, let's get back to the podcast.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
Y'all know we like to end on weird things. There was one on My Strange Addiction, where there's a woman who shares she's addicted to breastfeeding her husband. He drinks 3 times a day her breast milk. And I saw this story and I was like, you know what? We got to talk about it. And yet again, TLC provides us with yet another strange thing that just makes me go, ooh. Like, Boogie, do we have a clip? Because if not, I got a little snippet.
No, we don't have a clip. My bad, y'all. I completely removed the image of it. I'm gonna find it real quick and put it back on there.
I will, while Bookie looks for the image, I'm going to just play a little snippet.
Yeah, play a little snippet
of this, because y'all are just not gonna believe it.
We're a family of 5, 3 beautiful children living in the suburbs, but what people would never suspect is that I'm addicted to breastfeeding my husband.
How exciting.
I drink my wife's breast milk every day, all day, straight from the source.
Ugh.
I currently breastfeed my 2-year-old son, and I plan to breastfeed my 2-year-old until he's completely over breastfeeding. I allow my children to choose when they want to stop. I do feel like my son is getting close to that point. He doesn't need me as much. It's sad because I love the bond. I have a condition, just like a lot of women that breastfeed, where I overproduce milk. And so my
Your condition is being crazy as hell?
Secondary role of finishing the job.
So, y'all can go watch TLC if you want. You can Google it. It's My Strange Addiction. You can see the rest of the video. I watched it. And she talks about how she doesn't like pumping because she hates that mechanical feel or whatever. And this is just easier for her husband to just relieve the engorgement and just suck the milk out, And I understand the bond, and I get what her saying, hey, I let my 2-year-old decide when he doesn't want anymore. I get that. I understand that mother to child bond. There's a whole lot of nutrients in the breast milk for the babies. But this is a grown ass man on the teat. This is just two freaky ass niggas who are living out some freaky fantasies, and they should probably go and get an OnlyFans where they might make a whole lot of money because there's probably a whole bunch of other freaky little weirdos who like milk play or whatever they call this.
Not milk
'Cause I
play.
don't know.
I feel like women do so much as it is. Now we gotta nourish the man too. If you don't get off this woman's teat and go find some electrolytes and nutrition in some other foods, like you are destroying her body because she is overproducing milk. And the fact that this is continuing is crazy to me. Like I completely understand you are supposed to let your child continue to drink the breast milk because it actually is helpful and it like for developing, the brain and whatnot. But again, you are removing nutrients from your body to put it in a man's body. Haven't we done enough already? Haven't you done enough already? Like, why? Why? Like, yes, this is definitely a kink that he has no problem and is very comfortable. I found a video on YouTube where either this was their audition tape for TLC. It was like 20 minutes long. They were going camping with their kids, and this man was out there like, I want some.
This is just it's like, nah, bruh. And okay, I'm okay. So I watched the video and everything. I'm not gonna lie, Boogie. His skin is flawless. His beard is quite nice. So I'm like, maybe the nutrients is brother's being getting it all. It's just I prefer to, breastfeed on adult women that don't have milk coming out of them. That's just all I'm saying. I'm sure there's a lot of men out here who don't mind breastfeeding on their lady either, but there's no milk coming out. That's all I'm saying. There's different levels of teat sucking here, and what they're doing is a level that I just don't want to venture down ever. I remember watching Little Man with Sean and Marlon, and remember that scene when she was like, "You're breast milk," and they both spit it out. That is what I imagine. I'm good. I've heard some people say it's kind of sweet, and they're just been like, ugh, I kind of gagged. I've heard many men it's like, yeah, I kind of tasted it when my wife was producing, and it's all been the same. Like, no, like, ugh.
It all depends on what she's eating, what she's consuming in her body.
Okay. Who knows? Because this brother needs it 3 times a day, bro. When do y'all find time to do this? Don't y'all work? Like, what's going on? Like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and is the money makers that she has right there, pun intended, because ma'am, you have an overabundance of milk here. If you don't go out here and either drop this milk off at milk banks or sell this to women who can't produce so you can get a little extra money in your household, what are you doing? You got literally liquid gold right there. I don't get it. And I miss the days of TLC being the learning channel, because I'm old enough to know that's what it is, or that's what it used to be. Used to have Bob Vila on there. You could learn how to build a house when you was like 6 years old. They had Bill Nye on there. It was actually good programs. Now it's this. Do better, TLC. Do better. And then freaky little weirdos. Y'all do better too. I don't want to yuck no one's yum, but just Well, Bugs, we've come to that time of the show where it is the nothing blunt facts. Before we get to that, this could also kind of be classified as a blunt fact. This has been bothering me. It has been bothering me. I was going to pose this question on my social medias, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna ask Boogie.
What comedian you find not funny at all?
You won't get me with that one.
Uh,
No, we're of the same age. I know you do remember the great rap philosopher Soulja Boy once said, "Now that I'm on Arab up next." And to my knowledge, I don't know if Arab ever did anything. So Boogie, I'm asking someone of my age, did Arab
God.
ever do anything? Or did the name maybe prevent him?
Yeah, it prevented him.
Because what happened to Arab? We don't ever hear about, the behind the music of Arab.
I can't believe you're bringing this up. Of all things you want to bring up, Arab.
I just, it was bothering me. I just wanted to know, this again, this is in line with nothing but facts. It was one of those high nights. I was like, what happened to Arab? So I'm posing this to you. Do you know any of the day ones? If y'all know, please let me know. Now, for the moment you guys have been waiting for, because that was not the blunt fact. A wise man once said, life is just a bill. It's either yours or someone else's. So choose wisely as to which bill you're going to pay.
Oh God.
Do what you will with that information. Do what you will with that information. But that is the nothing but fact. I know some of y'all are going to be like, damn, Nate. Dropping bars over here, Boogie. I'm dropping gems for the day ones. Boogie, we've come to the end of another dope one. Again, shout out to the day ones. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. We appreciate you. What you got for the peeps?
As always, to take the time to really, hear and listen and enjoy these episodes. We thank you each and every time we drop a post, a comment. What I'm saying. We try to stay engaged. With our listeners, our watchers. You know what I'm saying. We try to post back when we see a comment that isn't spam. So definitely thank you so much. Thank you so much for keeping along with us and keep going with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is your favorite podcast. Remember to smash that bell to get all of the notifications as soon as our content drops.
Appreciate you. Got nothing else. SoundCloud, y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all holding us down, giving y'all flowers. We've like Boogie said, we did have a couple people who did reach out to us, tell us, yo, we like the last couple of episodes. So again, that feedback is what we like to hear.
Yeah.
It means we're doing something good. So, like y'all. Appreciate y'all. I got nothing else. This is your favorite podcast that we like to shoot sometimes during the day, but we also do it sometimes at night. This is Late Night with Nate and Adrian. I'm your boy, Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
And sometimes I mess up intros and outros, but we out.
Oh, God.